Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for tonight's match review. By Jesus Christ. How are you doing, Man United fans? Is there anybody in there? Have you had much salt on your tea tonight? Honestly, absolutely fantastic. They've just gone mental, haven't they? It's hilarious. But listen, what a performance last night. What a game. The celebrations at the end, my God. Just St. James's Park was the place to be last night, no doubt about it. Unbelievable atmosphere. I am joined tonight by, of course, Billy, who did a fantastic job on the commentary last night, and a very tired Alex, who's made it home from work, and he just had to come on, didn't he, really? Just to banter those Newcastle United fans, and probably to banter me and Billy about Will Osula, who, of course, Alex has been a big fan of. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, and good evening to the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and the rest of you outstanding, superb, magical, mega, marvellous people out there in Viewerland.
Osula.
Now, we will hear tonight from Eddie Howe. We'll hear from Will Osula. We'll hear from Michael Carrick. We'll see the goal that Osula scored. And we'll also see a little incident that happened outside of St. James's Park last night, which made me smile because this sort of Man United fan who was basically a walking STD, screaming before the match and everything. She got her comeuppance after the match in a very funny way, which you will see. She's been at quite a few of the away games at Newcastle, always making her mouth go. So she got her comeuppance. But if you do enjoy the show tonight, guys, please do smash that like button for us. And of course, if you are new to the channel, how about subscribing? Come and join this wonderful community here on the Toon Review. You can become a member if you do so wish by hitting the join button just underneath us. And of course, Super Chat is available. And that is the $ at the bottom of the live chat, which will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show. Now, Alex, what did you think of the starting lineup when you saw it last night? Obviously, Nick Pope was dropped. In comes Ramsdale. But I don't think he had any choice in making that decision.
Originally, when I saw the lineup, I thought it was because maybe Nick Pope... Because I was quite busy, so I did not have my finger on the pulse with what was happening. So I just assumed, maybe Nick Pope's got the sickness bug. But no,
it seems like that's only one player affected with it.
Yeah, so it seems that he was literally just dropped because he was dropped, which I'm a big fan of. And there's been a few people. I've said that I prefer Ramsdale, and I don't think there's much between them. I think now, with a bit of a decline in Pope's form and consistency over the year, he's been poor enough times this season for it to be considered a decline for me. And Ramsdale's performance was. I'm sure we'll get to that, but yeah, I'm very happy he's in the starting lineup. I now hope that that's it, that it's consistent. Again, with politics and stuff, is he going to let Pope play in the Champions League? And I think it's very much now, you've dropped Pope, you've given your other goalkeeper a chance, and he's done brilliantly. Like, he's got to stay in goal now, surely.
Well, I think he should be number one for the rest of the season. I said that after his performance last night. It was just breathtaking. Five great saves, Billy, to be honest, at least five. A couple in the first half, then the save from the header, and then, of course, Xerxes smashing one in the top corner, and he's brilliantly dived to his left to tip that round the post.
Yeah, the one from Mainey I thought was the best. The first time shot from Mainey that he flung himself.
First half, to
his left for outstanding save. The Xerxes one was outstanding. The Euro one was out. He had a really good game. He was just concentrating for 90 minutes. Let's stay. I was 130 odd minutes. How long the referee played. And I was thinking afterwards, well, now it's the cup game Saturday. Does Pope come back in for that? I wouldn't.
No,
I'd play Ramsdale every single game. No,
he's got to have a bit of consistency. Ramsdale, he can't just play and then drop it and play. He was superb.
The main thing he didn't do was kick the ball well, but
Well,
I
yeah, but
don't
Billy,
care.
I've seen a few comments about that today. I think people need to realise how bad the wind inside that ground was last night, because Lewis Hall tried to play a couple of balls down the line, Trippier did, and they were just disappearing out of play. There weren't passes. The wind just caught them. It was blustery. Right,
but he was outstanding. I don't care if he just kick like that. If he's going to make saves of that nature and controls his box the way he did.
Well, he was so good. He was so good. And look, I mean, we'll get onto everything that happened during the game, because I think there was a lot of talking points, obviously, from it. Alex, I know you've not seen the first half. You saw the second, but we have to talk about that decision, Billy, to send Ramsey off, because if you remember
seen the incident, so I can be involved.
Earlier in the first half, he was booked for his first foul, which wasn't even a yellow card for me, and it, just ridiculous. But the penalty incident, the sending off first, that is an absolute disgrace, because if you look, the referee, after the ball had gone out, he signals for a goal kick. That was it. He signaled for a goal kick. He turned away. That was all it was going to be. And then all of a sudden,
I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a sarcasm alert warning right now. The ref would never have known that Jacob Ramsey had dived.
Billy, half of that speech you missed out, mate, because you tried to speak over the gong.
Okay, I'll also say it again.
Yes, please.
If it wasn't for those two helpful Manchester United players, Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes,
the
referee, despite having the perfect view of it, would never have known that Jacob Ramsey had dived. Because he didn't dive. You can fall over without diving.
But he got clipped. He did get clipped by the goalkeeper. But the actual fall was a stumble. You see, when he puts his foot down, he stumbles and then falls down and just lies on his back, because he knows it was a little bit of an opportunity to score. I wouldn't say it was a massive chance.
He had the perfect view of it and decided it wasn't a dive until Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire surrounded.
Well, they weren't the only two. They were all at it. They were all at it. Suddenly, they saw Fernandes and they saw Maguire, so they thought, hey, let's go and join in and get him sent off.
But you can fall over without diving. I fell over on the way into the pub.
Of course you can.
Never dived.
But even that doesn't even matter, though, right? Like, it's such an... I tell you, I've got a perfect solution for you right now to fix it. Give it 5 or 10 seconds after the incident and see what the reaction is of the player. If they try and claim the foul, then book them. If they get up and go, oh no, it wasn't. Then
he didn't think anything of it. He just lay on his back, and then he didn't even appeal to the referee. He didn't even look at the referee for a penalty. He just lay there thinking, oh, I've missed a good chance there. And then he got up, and then suddenly there's all the rigmarole going on, and the referee then walks over to him and shows him another account. It is fucking disgusting.
When I saw those two going to the referee, I thought, does he give a corner here? Or does he give a penalty? Last thing on my mind was a dive, because it wasn't one.
No, it wasn't.
The problem is, because of how hard that is to see in real time on the pitch, why do you not let VAR have a look and support you? Because it's not a penalty, but why don't you... That's the whole point in VAR.
It's more of a penalty than it is a dive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you can just go, no penalty, goal kick, done, easy. No harm done. Why have you got to go... You've gone from one extreme to the opposite. It's just madness. They're trying to get slam dunk, home run refereeing decisions. It's not about you, it's about the game.
And they can't go to VAR because it's a yellow card decision, isn't it? So
until next season, Billy, conveniently.
But you can go to VAR to check if it's a penalty.
You should be able to.
He could have done that.
I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why they didn't, because it's pathetic.
They could have gone for VAR for penalty, yeah.
But anyway, former referee Mark Halsey has had his say on this, and this is what Mark Halsey had to say.
There were two big talking points in the first half at St James's Park, Newcastle United, Manchester United, where Jacob Ramsey was controversially sent off for a second yellow card for simulation. In my opinion, it wasn't simulation. You see Jacob Ramsey go into the box, trying to win the ball. The Manchester United keeper Senny Lamans comes out and there is minimal contact and Jacob goes down. For me, Peter Banks has gone looking for trouble. It's not simulation. He should have just give the goal kick and got back up the pitch. The second incident, we saw Anthony Gordon go into the box with Bruno Fernandes behind him, and you can clearly see that Bruno clips Anthony Gordon's knee and Anthony Gordon goes down.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. But he's basically calling Peter Banks out there, says he went looking for trouble. And of course he did. He lost complete control. He had no control over the Manchester United players last night at all. Through the whole game. And I mean, you know what? The Man United fans were trying to banter us this morning saying, Dan Burn should have been sent off for the elbow on Luke Shaw.
That was a bad one.
It wasn't a deliberate elbow, Billy.
Ooh, I don't know.
Come on.
I felt at the time that was...
Nah, I'm not having it. Dan Burn, he's 6'7". Luke Shaw's 2'5". Dan Burn is using his arms to we've seen it a million times.
Yeah, but he does it and then he does that.
That wasn't a red card.
Elbow for me, I've got to say.
Nah, I'm not having it. But anyway, Anthony Gordon then gets caught by Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, there's hell on in the ground because of the sending off. And then suddenly Anthony Gordon, there's nobody up with him. He's got to try, and he did really well, actually. And then he got caught by Fernandes, who then once again went crying to the referee. But there you go. It's
a penalty.
And it was a really good penalty straight down the middle, and we're 1-0 up. Now, what I want to ask you two gentlemen, of course, you know what's coming here. We were deep into the 3 minutes of additional time when Newcastle got the penalty, okay? Now, the VAR check wasn't even a minute long, okay? Not even a minute to decide that was a penalty because it was so clear-cut. Where in the fucking world did he get 6 minutes from, guys, to add on at the end of that first half? What premise did he add that amount of time on?
I honestly don't know.
This is Manchester United. He added 3.5 additional minutes onto the full time as well.
Yeah,
over injury time.
Yeah.
They scored in the 9th minute of 3 minutes added on yesterday.
9th minute of 3 minutes, exactly, Billy.
And it wasn't even a free kick that he gave to him in the first
I don't think it was a free kick. Some people say it was. I didn't think it was. Certainly Lewis Hall didn't think it was. But then again, the Manchester United players, especially like Cunha, for all he is a talent, right? He just throws himself to the floor consistently. And it's pathetic. It really is pathetic. And he was doing that through the whole game. And then the one where Kieran Trippier got booked for the foul on him, he just dived over Trippier's leg. I don't know how well it came across on TV, but it was right in front of us. It was pathetic. And then Harry Maguire and Fernandes, both of them, every single time the referee blew the whistle, bang, straight at him. I mean, look, Joe Linton was very lucky in the first half. I will admit that. He completely lost his head.
He did.
And, I can't remember who went over to him eventually, but it took a long time for a Newcastle player to go over and push him away because he was clapping away, and if the referee saw that, he would. It's his second yellow card. He's off. There's no doubt about that. But the Man United players pointing over to him and doing this and try, even though the referee hadn't seen it, it's disgusting. And their whole Man United were fucking bang average yesterday, and they are not back. Right, you know how all these Man United fans, we're back, this is happening. They've scraped results, right, which me and Billy went through the other night. Yeah, but they've scraped them, Alex. They haven't been great. And then last night they were found out because a whole second half with 10 men, they could not score, and they ended up losing the game. And I just think it's hilarious.
Too bad, a man down for most of it. To be fair.
Like the better side second half against 10 men.
The online presence and the in-person presence of Man United fans has gone a bit weird in the last week. They're like, "Oh, we're third in the league," and
oh man,
it's there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, but look at where you are in the league table. You guys are like 12th and we're third. There's levels to this." It's like, well, yeah, because we're competing in 4 competitions, guys.
Like, they were bantering me this afternoon, Alex. Said, "Oh, well, you're not going to win the Champions League, and where are you in the Champions League? Who have you got next in the Champions League?
You're not in it."
That's exactly what I said. How can they banter us about the Champions League and they're not even in it?
They've spent a lot of money and supplementing and bolstering the squad. They've gambled on another manager again in the season, and they've gone on a little run of form. We didn't supplement our squad. We brought nobody in January, and we're fighting on 4 fronts. We got to a semi-final of the Carabao Cup again. We're distance. We're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League. So yeah, sorry that we've dropped 10 or 15 points off in the Premier League. My God forbid we struggle.
I mean, look, the Man City game is massive on Saturday, because I think that if one thing can save this season in a way, it's the FA Cup, isn't it? And a lot of the journalists have been talking about that, saying how important it is going to be. But obviously, we'll preview that tomorrow night. There's some super chats coming.
If we come away from Man City with another good performance but a loss, I'm going to be annoyed, because we never get the rub of the green with that.
I'll see you as referee. Ricky says, what a Spartanic performance by a group of Spartans who bled for the shirt, the fans for the club, up there with the great, memorable performances. Dan says, hey all, anyone seen the Man United meltdown on socials? Yes, mate, we all have. Rachel, member for 44 months, as well as our head mod, says, what a night last night was. Man U well and truly stuffed. Bloody love it. Dave says, internet must be down in London because the Man United fans are very quiet. Just Morg, a member for 6 months. Evening, gents. What a goal. What a night. Marlon says, got a nice 71st birthday prezi off the Toon last night. Oh, happy birthday. Brilliant. Hope you had a great day. Yeah, obviously you did. Ricky says, watch the greatest Super League rugby league try in history. Wide to west. Osula's goal reminded me of me and Austin of that. I'll take your word for that. Silent Echoer. I'll get my words out in a minute. Props to Billy for last night's coverage. His delight for the second goal was lush. Looked like he really enjoyed that game. Yeah, I watched it when I got home. I have to say, tremendous. Member for 13 months is Albertuga. Bruno Fernandes is awesome. Well, I did big him up before the game, of course, in the preview, and yeah, he was
involved in both of our goals. To be fair,
because you're Portuguese.
Who is? Oh, Albertuga, yeah.
Albertuga.
Yeah. Asker says, great game. The energy was back. Hope that will stay. Use Osula on the right wing. Chapter says, Goldbridge even said it wasn't a penalty. Yen says, anyone remember Jota, who throws himself an insanely small touch? Poole get a penalty against us. He throws himself several meters after. What to say? Yeah, I remember that. I was there. It was a terrible dive.
You can actually criticise that fella now because.
Well, you can't in a way because it happened, Billy. It's not like it he did dive.
He's no longer with us, is he? So,
but he did dive. It's just a point being made. He dived like a lot of Premier League players do. Sorry, meant no way. Yellow. Chipper says if Ramsey gets sent off for diving, then the refs have to set a precedent and do it to everyone. So how many games will teams end with 11 men? Yeah, but they won't. We know that they're not consistent enough. Ricky says, great here. Tonali is asked to be part of the leadership group next season to replace Lascelles. Yeah, I've seen that today. Interesting.
Give him a 20 grand bump, put him in the leadership group and tell him to crack on with it and sharp.
Well, the fact that he wants to be in the leadership group tells a bit of a story, doesn't it?
How's he going to do that when he's going to be at Old Trafford?
Well, apparently he's at Old Trafford, yeah.
He looked very happy last night.
He did indeed.
Yeah. Callie Geordie says, this is a real Premier League rivalry now. Every year the Manx get drunk off hopes of not losing to us and just get spanked by Joe Linton. And Joe Wilkinson, one of our mods, of course, member for 21 months as well. On Sky this morning, Rob Earnshaw said the only reason Man United lost was because they were tired. Yeah, I mean, yeah, tired.
Do we really
Oh,
need to listen to Rob Earnshaw?
Dark Side of the Moon says, I got taken to hospital, so missed the match. I was allowed outside as I heard the roar. Put TTR on, and Billy saying he had a tear when Osula
It
scored.
went far away. It was that good a goal. It went far away.
I mean, it was magical. It was absolutely superb. But anyway, the second half, obviously, the Man United huffed and puffed and couldn't break us down. Yes, they had a few shots, a good save from a head. I don't know where the marking was, by the way, for Yoro's header. I'm still, trying to work out who was supposed to mark him there with that cross to the back post. Anyway, great save. But then the magic moment right at the end. I mean, Alex, this is just for you, mate, because I know you'll want to see it. So enjoy. Just, I mean, the noise in that ground, guys, when that goal went in, it was unbelievable. It's one of those few moments that you're there and, you'll remember that, like the Norwich City comeback in the Championship when Dwight Gale scored in the last seconds to win it 4-3. Those kind of games. But when you see his finish there, Alex, the way he catches that with his left foot, just an incredible connection.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely not a 9. To play what he's tried to play a couple of times this season is really hard. It's really technical. It's fierce. It's physical. Billy talks about it all the time. You've got to have the right acclimate to be able to play centre forward and to the standard the Premier League is now and how technically proficient you've got to be to like spin the forwards all the time whilst you're getting beaten up by 6'4" centre halves. It's brutal, and clearly that shows you that he's got it. But you've got to play him in a certain way, and you're going to have to develop him. He needs to be able to run. He's got to be able to open the gas tank and run at players. I mean, I'm pretty sure he said that himself, right? Then the left-footed strike, he scored a very similar goal against Bromley. He can do this consistently. I believe. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You two have been quite vocal about he's not going to make the grade, and I've been for his defense saying, look, I think he's got the right attributes and it's worth just keeping him and trying to develop him, because for whatever we'd get for him, I don't know, it's hard to re-recruit. I'd rather take the gamble and see if we can develop him. And if we keep him for another couple of years and it doesn't quite work and he's 25, we could get some resale value anyway. We can probably get a reasonable fee for him if it doesn't work out in the long term. But if he can do that, you can see the raw ingredients that man's got.
Yeah.
I'd rather just risk it. Let's see if we can develop him. If we can get him up to a consistent standard and maybe have Gordon on the other side and have two just battering ram energy merchants who can also finish. My God, teams, we're going to go back to what we were 2 years ago, where teams do not want to play us, because we're going to run and run and run, and they are going to be sick of us. So I think he works with the identity that we've tried to build, even if we've not seen it this season. The identity Eddie Howe has been wanting, which is the whole, physicality, battering ram, aggression, pressing. I think Osula can give you that. I think he's great. I think that sums up my vision for what he could be. And he might not make it. You two might be right. But I want to take the punt and just see if we can develop that. My God, he could be funny. I just want to try.
I mean, Billy, he's very erratic, isn't he? He's one of those that you never mind defenders not knowing what he's going to do. Nobody has a clue.
I think the situation suited him, just like it suited him against Liverpool at home earlier in the season, when we're down to 10 men. Go on there and cause havoc. Don't stick to one position. Run across the front line. Run wherever you want. Just use your power, your pace. And they did it against Liverpool. He had Van Dijk on centre hooks. And he did last night, winning the ball deep in his own half, giving it to Trippier, legging it over the wing, and then scoring a fantastic goal. Yeah. I don't think you can pigeonhole him in one position, because I don't think he's disciplined enough to do that. But if you give him a job to do where we're down to 10, go and cover as much ground as you can. Just be a hassle. It'd have been perfect for him in Paris when Isak was knackered, for instance.
Yeah.
Perfect for him.
Yeah.
Where he can run
Can't
wherever
he
he
be our
wants. He just plays his
Divock
power.
Origi?
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
But the fact
Possibly.
he runs into so much space because he's that quick, and he's got 15 minutes time to go and just empty the tank, do as much as you can, without any disciplined position. Suits him to the T. I think when we've seen it when he's played from the start in a disciplined position, your centre forward, it's found wanting a little bit. But when he's got that opportunity behind him, where he can't be a loser really because we're down to 10, we're not expected to do anything. The world's
Well, he's not the fastest striker in the Prem officially.
He's fastest, is he?
Fastest speed.
Well, this is what the main man had to say about his goal last night.
I feel amazing. I feel great, you know. I've literally prayed for this moment before the game, and thank God answered my prayers. So I was so happy to come off the bench, you know, and have an impact.
Tell us a little bit about what you were told by the manager there as you were getting ready to come on. What did he want from you?
Well, exactly that, you know, when you come off the bench as a striker, is to come and have an impact and try and, you know, change the game. So I'm really happy, you know, that I come in and I've done that. So
talk us through what was going through your mind then when you picked the ball up on the right hand side there.
Well, obviously I know that I like to, you know, take on players when I get the chance, opportunity one-on-one. So as soon as I seen that one-on-one, I wasn't even thinking anything else. Just be your man and get the show off. And I was practicing that in training yesterday. So yeah, happy paid off to work.
Now, Eddie obviously did confirm as well that Osula had been staying back in training to practice with his shooting and things like that, which hats off to him. But he's clearly a very happy man there. A few more super chats just come in. You've got 1 minute left to put your player ratings in. If you want to quickly go and do it, guys, it's in the chat there. So click the link. You've got about a minute. Peter Garthwaite says, what a great moment for Osula. No doubt he won't, but he deserves a start on Saturday. Eddie has no excuse to start Pope ever again. David Smith's been a member for 45 months. Thank you, David. Last night sums up the reason why we just love the Toon. We'll probably beat Barcelona and lose to the Mackems. Unpredictable, but never boring. Spikes is brilliant. Osula started the move and finished it 10. James Bruno Fernandez, nice tracking back. You're not Tenali. Dave Lamb, Billy commentating with Ali McCoist on co-coms. I'd pay good money to see that. Dream team. Ali McCoist walked right in front of me last night going into the ground. He was surrounded by kids trying to get his autograph. He was trying to get, obviously, into the ground and up to the commentary position. And Ian Hogue says, could Osula become a J7? He has the size and speed.
He's not mastered the
Trying to make every
yet, mate.
striker a midfielder.
Yeah. Right. Well, what we'll do now is we'll hear from Manchester United manager Michael Carrick on the defeat. Thought it might be interesting to hear from the opposition manager and what he had to say. So this is what Carrick said after the game.
Well, your first defeat as Manchester United boss against Newcastle's 10 men. Did you expect more from your side tonight?
Yeah, we're not happy with the way we played the game tonight. I think it was the way the game panned out. I think we had in our hands largely, but credit to Newcastle. I thought the way they approached the game, I thought we knew it was going to be a tough game here, but we navigated the game to be in a position where we felt we should kick on, and we didn't really. So yeah, bitterly disappointed.
Why can it be so tricky facing a side with 10 men?
I don't think it was the 10 men. I just don't think we just didn't play good enough tonight. So we can't make any excuses for that. I think we all take responsibility for that, and we know.
You've shown so much character in a lot of your games so far. Why was that lacking?
It wasn't. Okay. It was just the quality and the performance. It wasn't character or wanting to win or anything like that. It's easy to throw that just because you don't win a game of football.
What was it about the performance that was lacking tonight then? What were you missing?
It was just general things. The quality, we weren't there, you know, and credit to Newcastle. They deserve to win tonight, so it hurts me to say that, but that's how it was, and we need to get back to working and be better for the next game.
Does it feel like a one-off game that you've had this really off day?
We've lost one game, all right, so we haven't played well enough, but in the grand scheme of things, we're in a decent position, you know, so tonight hurts because we don't like losing games, but we'll be better for the next one.
How do you ensure this then doesn't disrupt all of that good momentum that you've built up?
So you've got to get back at it and work hard and do the things that we did to win the games we've won, you know, and we can do that. We're a good team, we've got good players. Tonight wasn't for us.
Big game next at Old Trafford, and it's up against Aston Villa. You've got a 10-day break until that game. How do you plan to use that time with the team?
Yeah, just like any other week. We win a game, we lose a game. It doesn't change the feelings. Of course it does, and then we got to learn from it and we got to get better from it. But it's listen, we've had a lot of praise lately, and the boys deserved it. And tonight we're disappointed, but it doesn't change how we approach the next game. You know, we've got everything to play for, and we'll have a good week. We'll work hard, we'll learn, and we look forward to the next game.
Appreciate your time. Thanks, Michael.
Cheers. Thank you.
Now, he was very dignified there, Michael Carrick, for me, because he praised Newcastle quite a few times. But I got the feeling that the reporter was banging on the same question constantly. And he's like looking at it saying, well, you've already asked that, but in a different way. But I did think he was quite dignified and honest and saying that they just weren't good enough and Newcastle were better on the night, Alex.
I don't think he was dignified at all. I've seen a few people think that the reporter was a bit rude. I thought he was rude, to be completely honest.
Really?
Because he's giving an interview. He's being a sore loser, basically. He's being a sore loser and just saying, "Oh, we just weren't good enough. It was quality. No, we just weren't good enough. It was the quality." She was trying to get something out of him. Was it set pieces, transitions? Was it defensive structure? Football's changed. Football's changed, and people talk about football a bit more. You know, we don't give Stephen Warnock interviews anymore. It's different. It's different.
Neil Warnock.
Look, I've got a different opinion of that. I mean, Billy, what do you think?
But he was just bland. He wouldn't elaborate, but I'm not finished yet. He was trying to make the reporter look stupid. He was trying to make the reporter look stupid, and I don't like that because
he doesn't have to stand there. He doesn't have to stand there and explain to a reporter what's gone wrong tonight. That's for him and his players to address. He just said simply they weren't good enough. They lacked the quality.
Right? And he's just thrown his toys out the pram because he didn't win, and he's gone, "Oh, we were just rubbish," and just didn't want to talk to the camera.
Well, they were. He's got nothing else to say. What else can he say? They were rubbish.
Eddie will always talk, and for people comparing him to Eddie, night and day different. Eddie is dignified in defeat and in victory, and will explain what's happened. I don't think Michael Carrick. I think he was a sore loser. He was just like, "No, we were just rubbish. Whatever." No, we're not going to train him.
I disagree completely. I thought he was honest. Billy, what do you reckon?
Well, I thought the interviewer should have pressed him on the big moments of the games. I think us getting a man sent off actually won the game for us. I thought it gave us a siege mentality, and we wanted it much more than them after that. I think we wanted it before that as well, more than them, but even more so when we had the injustice about us. I would have asked about that because it was a bullshit decision. He might have said it was a bullshit decision, especially after his players went on. Yeah. Well, I've got no opinion on what Michael Carrick says or thinks. He's a Man United maggot for me.
Man United maggot.
Sounds like Scholes talking to Owen. It's the same drony.
Scholes hates him.
Scholes doesn't like him now.
He says so many things without saying any things. There's no value in anything he was saying. Nothing.
Yeah, but his team was shit, and he admitted that. But anyway, let's move on to Eddie. Ignore the website address in the bottom corner, guys. I had to compress this down to fit it into StreamYard. But this is what Eddie had to say.
Eddie, congratulations. What a night. What a way to win a game of football.
Yeah, an incredible night for us. It's been a tough few games for us in the Premier League, and we know we needed to get back to winning ways, and really positive start to the game. You think we were looking really good, and of course then the sending off happens, and that's where the players really needed to dig deep mentally. And massive performance, massive win, and a great moment at the end. You know, we haven't had enough of those late wins, and that will go down in the memory for a long time.
Did you feel a bit aggrieved by the red card? Was that almost a backs-to-the-wall performance, almost in spite of that red card?
Yeah, I thought the red card was really harsh on Jacob Ramsey. I don't think he's gone with the intent to dive and to simulate. I think he's maybe anticipated contact. It hasn't come, and he's gone over. But I think you can see by his reaction, he's not really asking for the penalty. He's confused and then gets a yellow card. And that obviously made our task a lot harder, and the lads did brilliantly to come through it. But I think it spoilt the game to a degree.
The crowd was already hot. It made it a real cauldron of an atmosphere, which made the second half. It was fascinating to watch.
Yeah, as a spectacle, maybe the game changed, in terms of goal mouth action or end-to-end attacks. It was obviously we wanted a slower game in that moment when you have a man less. I thought we managed the game really well, actually. I thought our game experience was back to being at its very best. And we're waiting for a set play moment. We're waiting for a counter-attack to try and score. And we had a couple of set plays where we could have scored, and then Will sort of goes on a counter-attack on his own and wins us the game.
What do you say about Will Osula? He's done this before this season when you've been down to 10. I mean, did you even realise he had that in his locker? It looked like he'd almost run himself into the ground just keeping the ball on the pitch, and then to produce that.
I mean, he's an unbelievable finisher, Will. I will give him loads of credit. He's got a little bit of everything. He's 6'3". He's good in the air. He's strong, quick. His touch is really improved, and his link play is improving all the time. But he's one of those players that when he's in the wide areas and he's running at defenders, I think that's probably him at his very best. But I still think, as you say, after the run and the length of the run, you're going to get fatigued. You maybe lose your balance and your technique when shooting, but he didn't. And it was an amazing goal. Hopefully the start for him, in a sense that he had a long-term injury, he's back, and hopefully he can grow from this moment. We really believe in him. And he did 10 of those finishes after training yesterday, which I think highlights the power of coaching and the power of practice if you're a young player trying to make your way in the game.
And it's been a brilliant night. Just to finish, I know you're not on social media. Fabien Cher, though, posted some pictures that he was caught up in our part of the world, in the Middle East, as part of his rehab, and just sort of shared the pictures of what people in our part of the world are going through at the minute. I suppose football gets put into perspective in that sense, but just for tonight, for the viewers watching the game, maybe that was just the kind of distraction that they needed just to take the mind off the conflict right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously my thoughts and prayers are with everyone facing difficult moments, whatever part of the world you're in. We were really concerned for Fabi, and we're delighted he's hopefully in a safe place, but that will be the same for everyone around the world. Just stay safe, and hopefully the game lifted their spirits.
No, I didn't realise Fabien was in the Middle East until I heard that comment from Eddie. Billy, obviously very happy. Big praise for Osula. Probably expected, he's not going to say anything else apart from superb, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, just the attitude in it from him and everyone else, and Eddie's obviously very happy with the result. But I just wish we'd be a bit more consistent. We could see it more often. That level of,
yeah.
I'm not even going to say performance. I think it's more down to attitude, if I'm perfectly honest. Yeah. Because we did not want to give any ground to Manchester United last night, and we didn't. We wanted every second ball ahead of them. And you think to yourself, I mean, Eddie Howe would have gone to half time with that injustice over him, not even needing to say anything. Yeah. Because we've been so hardly done to.
Yep.
Players would have been motivated themselves. So, we want to see more of that. We want to see more of that attitude where we will refuse to be beaten.
And I think that's the thing, Alex, isn't it? We've took so many one step forward, two step backs this season, and for Eddie and the team, they want to make sure that doesn't happen again. We know what we can do against the Manchester Uniteds of the world. It's putting that into a consistency, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're getting to a place where we can maybe stop that. It's still tricky, but I think the Ramsdale change will help. He's still not going to be perfect, but I think he's going to be better. Tino Livramento coming back is vital, and having Joe Linton back in the team, because he was out for a little while, and it is a big difference. You want people to stand up and just be a bit of a menace, and he's that guy. So, and it's helped. We've got a few players hitting form. I know Ramsey got sent off, but Ramsey's been playing a lot better in the recent weeks. Gordon's been playing a lot better. So I think it's slowly. I know you're right. It's been one step forward, two steps backwards, or sometimes two steps forward and one back, and it's been bumpy. But I can, unlike the start of February, there's a vision for better. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, maybe. Don't know if I'm imagining it, but I feel like there is one there. Once Tino comes back as well, I feel like we can knuckle down a bit, and maybe it's just about consistent performances. You don't mind losing a game, but sometimes we'll just go through losing games really badly, and we don't. When we look quite inept, which is a problem. You don't want to be losing like that.
Well, speaking of Tino Livramento, Roxy, of course, who celebrated our 18th birthday last week, met Mrs. Livramento Mammy in the pub in the Strawberry. That's Tino's mum with Roxy there. So I don't know what Tino's mum was doing in the Strawberry, but she was. But there you go. Well, why not? Why not? Right. Let's have a look at some super chats here. Ricky says, I haven't voted tonight. They can all have 10. And the manager. And Thug Prog says, I'm in social, so I can't watch the game live because of time difference. I stay off socials to avoid spoilers. Wait till I get home to watch it live. Anyone else? There's probably thousands of people do that, mate. Thousands of people. But anyway, let's move on to the player ratings because I'm
going to drop off as you do the player ratings because I've only seen half the game. So,
all right, man, no problem. We'll see you tomorrow night for the preview.
You shall.
See you Saturday.
So, Billy, I'm intrigued to see these tonight because obviously they should be different to the last few player ratings that we've done. So we'll start off with Aaron Ramsdale, mate.
How much difference is there when you've got a goalkeeper who's confident of saving shots and has nothing in his head stopping him from diving for things such as injuries and stuff? He was phenomenal. He made 5 or 6 great saves. I reckon if Nick Pope had played last night, we'd have lost the game. That's how how good he was, Ramsdale. I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, 9 for me. I thought just a good thing as well, Billy, is he was getting sort of back passes that you were thinking, but he never once panicked. Never once panicked. He just played it off to the full backs or the centre backs, or if he needed to put his foot through it, he did. Like I said, people were complaining about some of his kicks, but that wind, it really was blustery right across the pitch last night. So it did, and it happened to Lemens a few times as well. When he kicked it, it went straight out of play. You could tell from the direction that he was aiming as well. The word kicking it towards the touchline, the wind just got it and disappeared. So a 9 for me as well. I thought he totally deserves that. Totally deserves that. Right, the viewers for Aaron Ramsdale, 8.7. So certainly up there, Billy. 9, nearly a 9. Okay, next up we have Kieran Trippier.
Well, talking of Lemens, he was targeting him from every single goal kick, trying to get Cunha in the air against Trippier, and I think Trippier won every single one of them.
Well, certainly 99% of them he did. He was outstanding yesterday.
With what's his name? I forgot his name, would he? Cunha. Although Cunha did go past him on 2 or 3 occasions, I thought Trippier had probably his best game of the season yesterday. I thought defensively he was really solid at times, made some really great last-ditch tackles.
That ball he took out the air in the second half, Billy.
Yeah.
Incredible touch. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he had a really, really good game. Roll back the years, I'll give Trippier an 8.5.
Yeah, that's what I've gone for as well, 8.5. Cunha got the better of him, but it was very early in the game, that wasn't it? First 10 minutes or so, he had a couple of times he went against trips and sort of beat him. But then, and I don't know whether you noticed, Billy, but very early on in the first half, after that had happened a couple of times, it looked like Trippier was struggling with an injury. Because he sent Jacob Murphy out to warm up, and I don't know if you guys seen that on TV, but he sent Murphy out to warm up and Shahar, but we all know who would have come on. But he seemed got over that and then went on to have an absolutely fantastic game.
Well, the Umberto chance that he missed, that he blazed over the bar, came from Cunha going past Trippier. Getting a hard shot in that Ramsdale got down to.
I still don't know how he missed that, to be fair.
leaning back, wasn't he, and all sorts, yeah. They were great last night, Burma.
No, he wasn't. But he wasn't allowed to be, to be fair. No. Right, the viewers, 8.4 for Kieran Trippier. So bang on with me and Billy. Well done, everybody. Well done. Okay, we've got Malik Chow next, Billy.
Very solid. Yeah, no mistakes for me. I didn't see him make any mistakes. Sefsco didn't have any room to move in hardly in the game.
Was Sefsco playing?
I think Chow gets a 8.5 as well.
Yeah, 8.5 for me. And you know what? You're right. I mean, Sesko it was nullified, completely nullified. And you know, Man United were trying these quick little build-ups, but Chow and Burn, to be fair, they weren't getting pulled out of position or anything like that. They stayed really solid. A really strong performance. Viewers, 7.9 for Malik Chow. Tough crowd, Billy.
On the verge of, yeah. Better than that.
Dan Burn.
I thought he was great, aside from the elbow.
He shrugged him off, Billy. He just shrugged.
He definitely elbowed him in the chin, mate.
I'm not having that.
Without a doubt. But not so good in the attacking sense of the game. You know, didn't get anywhere near any of the crosses.
No.
But defensively, I thought he was a proper leader. Cracking late tackle on. Can't remember who it was on now, but had he been an inch or two,
that was at the Leazes end. That was a cracking tackle.
It might have been Ahmad. It might have been Ahmad. He got
it was Ahmad. Yeah.
If it had been a couple of inches short, he wouldn't have got to it, but he did. And defensively, I thought it was really good. 8.5 for him as well.
I mean, I can't mark him anything other than the same as Chow, really, because they were both really good. That tackle on Ahmad was really, really strong, and there was a bit of leadership I saw from Dan Burn on the pitch last night. You know, just especially Billy, the last 15 where we were clearly tired, and you know, Man United had a lot of the ball in the final third, but they couldn't break us down. And Dan Burn was, you know, organising everything. He was very vocal. So a very, very good performance. Of course, TNT give him
that transitional pass that he's suddenly acquired from nowhere. That he keeps
right-footed as well, Billy.
Keeps hoofing it 40 yards across the pitch on sixpence.
Right-footed.
One of them was first time last night.
I know. It was unbelievable. I mean, when he hit that right-footed pass, we were like, that's Dan Burn's right foot. It's absolutely fantastic. The viewers, 8.1. So who's the top scorer so far?
Ramsdale, I think.
Is it Ramsdale?
8.7, was he?
I will just quickly double check that, Billy, just so we know where we are with the viewers. Well, Trippier was an 8.4 and Ramsdale was an 8.7. So it is Aaron Ramsdale at the moment. Lewis Hall, Billy.
Solid. And Burmo had nothing on him. Mazraoui didn't get past him at all. When Dalot come on, he was a little bit more attacking, but still thought Hall was solid last night.
Yeah.
Passing good. Not as an attacking threat as he usually is, but defensively solid, so I'll give him an 8.5. This is a bit predictable now.
I've gone 8, but I'm not freezing, Magpie 50. It's your system, matey. Everything's fine on YouTube, buddy. I'm not freezing at all, so it's your dodgy internet. Not as prolific going forward last night, but obviously we were 10 men for the second half, so he didn't really get that opportunity, and he was very disciplined, I thought, Billy, in actually holding back, because there was a few times when we could break, but it wasn't. Well, apparently I am freezing, Billy.
Well, I've not seen you.
No, I'm looking at YouTube now. It must be only certain parts, I guess. But I'm definitely not freezing. So you did freeze, Paul, when you were on the voting website. Oh, okay. Must be something to do with that then. All right. Can't do anything about it, guys. It's just when I obviously go onto the other website, it knocks it a bit. But don't worry. We're still here. Right, a couple of super chats just before we move on. Dr. House says, loved watching the match at my mate's house who was a Man United fan. He was fuming. How are the lads? And Olasola says, football is confidence. Allow a player like Osula to get confidence. He will be unstoppable with that kind of power and speed. And Tonali is just class. Okay. Right, Billy. Jacob Ramsey.
Well, he obviously the biggest sense of injustice you'll ever see on the football pitch last night. But I actually felt he was quiet in the first half anyway. I don't think he was involved as Tonali or Joe Linton were. I'm going to ignore the sending off. I'm just going to give him a straight 7.
7. Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to give him it would seem wrong to give him a low score because he got sent off.
Well,
Because the sending off was
he
a
didn't do a
fucking
lot anyway,
joke.
did he? He didn't do a lot anyway before that.
I thought he was all right. I thought he was
all
okay.
right, but he weren't as good as he was Saturday, for instance. Or
No. So yeah, seven's very, very fair. The viewers have gone with a 7.3, Billy. So again, pretty much where we are with that. Next up is Sandro Tonali.
I thought he was magnificent. Yeah, I thought he had a really good game. Defensively and getting an attack. He just did the whole thing last night. I thought he had a really good game.
Yeah.
It seemed to be everywhere the ball was. He's just the engine of him is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, I've gone 8.5, but really the same reasons, Billy. I thought he showed his engine again last night, and maybe whatever's going on with Tonali has hopefully gone, and now that in the distance, he's already said he wants to be part of the leadership group next season. That tells everybody that he's got no intention of leaving the football club, Bill. So,
I hope so.
That's a positive as well. People are asking us what Lewis Hall's. Did I not say what the viewers was for Lewis Hall?
I don't think you did.
Right. Every time I go on to this, by the way, it will freeze, so I do apologise. It's just the internet is a bit ropey. Lewis Hall was an 8.1. So there you go. Sandro Tonali is an 8.4 with the viewers. So still Aaron Ramsdale, Billy, in front at the moment for viewers' man of the match. Joe Linton.
Oh, just an absolute phenomenal game. Bullied their midfield. Helped in attack. He was just brilliant last night. And he could have got himself sent off when he got booked, and then he sarcastically clapped the referee. Could easily have been sent off, but he wasn't. I want to give him a 10.
I've given him 9.5. But he was immense, Billy. He was absolutely immense. Just made life very, very difficult for the Manchester United players. I thought he was immense. And the thing is, it makes a mockery of where Eddie started with him against Everton, because that's exactly where we want Joe Linton to be, in the middle of the park, bossing it like that. He's just got to try and keep his temper. But then again, we said this a few weeks ago, didn't we, that we don't really want him to take that away from him, because if he's playing on the edge like that, he is absolutely an asset to us.
I was concerned at the beginning of the second half when we took Barnes off and I noticed Joe Linton standing on the far touch line. I thought, oh, no, you ain't doing that again.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. Just at the start of the second half.
For the kickoff,
we were all saying that. No, please don't. Anyway, Joe Linton's a 9.2 with the viewers.
There you go. He's the leader in the match poll now, then.
He certainly is. Next up, Billy, we have Anthony Elanga.
Very bright again. Without contributing too much, to be honest, but very bright. I'll give him an 8.
I've got 7.5. He was bright, but I want more creativity from him, if that makes sense, Billy. I thought he certainly in the first half, when we had 11-11, he was very bright, don't get me wrong, much more improved than where we've seen him before. He's getting involved in the game now. He's coming back defensively and helping out. And I think he did okay yesterday. So 7.5 for me. The viewers, 7.6 for Anthony Elanga. Next up, Anthony Gordon.
For effort alone, it's a massive score. He's never stopped running. And even when he gave the ball away, just before he won the penalty, he ran back. He weren't having it. He got tenacity in his blood. He was going for it, won the ball back. I'm going in the box. He said he went in the box, got himself fouled, scored the penalty. Had a really good game, Anthony Gordon. 9.5 for me.
I've got 9. But again, similar to you, Billy, I think he did tire after around 55, 60 minutes yesterday. He was very tired.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he ran his heart out. And that's, listen, there's always going to be people complaining about Anthony Gordon, but if he puts in that kind of effort on a consistent basis, then, the fans will come around again, because that's what we want to see from Gordon. We don't want to see him just like loafing around and doing nothing. We want to see him involved in the game, or at least pressing and trying to win the ball and doing things when he's got the ball. And he had nowhere to go yesterday when he won that penalty. But he drove into that penalty area. He caused the problems for Man United, and obviously was brought down. So, really strong performance. The viewers, 8.2 for Anthony Gordon.
Tough crowd.
Next up, Billy, Harvey Barnes.
Again, he was quiet, I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, that bit of form that he played himself into seems to have been played out of him by not playing, oddly enough, and it just doesn't seem right again.
He had a big chance. He had a big chance in the first half, though, which could he have scored? I don't know. I thought it was a good opportunity.
Very predictable. He's just predictable.
Yeah.
Nah, didn't like his performance at all. 6.5.
I've gone 7, but again, an okay performance. He wasn't terrible. He wasn't fantastic. He was just sort of middle of the road for me. And he's just having a little bit of a quiet spell, Billy. But again,
it's probably down to confidence, knowing that he's not going to get a game. If Voldemort has played, he's not going to play, because he's going to play up front, I would imagine, next time, and that's Gordon on the left wing. I think he knows now that he's second choice on that left wing.
Do you not think he's starting to snatch at chances a little bit, Billy? Like, he's not showing the same composure.
It's all a bit predictable, though, isn't it? It's the same chance over and over again. And the one last night, I thought he should have got it on target, and he didn't. Because he scored from that situation.
Yeah,
many times.
He has.
I think he might be trying a little bit too hard, but I don't think his confidence is there at the minute, I've got to say. And it was there 6 weeks ago, which is odd.
Viewers for Harvey Barnes have gone with a straight 7. So there you go. Brian B says Osula recorded as the fastest striker in the Premier League at 36.3 kilometres an hour. That's pretty quick, Billy. I mean, that's only a couple of kilometres behind you.
It is, yeah. It is, especially if the chip van's going down the road.
Oh, God. Right. Sven Botman, Billy. I'm moving into subs, of course, now.
I mean, he came on with about 30 seconds to go. Don't think he touched the ball. I'll give him a straightforward 6.
Yeah. 6 is fair.
Good sub, though. Really good sub, because otherwise we'd have been down to 9 men with tonight having to sit out for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was really clever stuff, Mehdi.
Got him. Yeah. 6.2 from the viewers for Sven Botman. William Osula.
10.
You're going with a 10?
Absolute 10. Won us the game on his own.
Yeah.
That goal's worthy of a 10 in any game. When it's the last minute of a game against Man United when you're down 10 men, it's probably worth 10 times 10. But we can only give him 10, so I shall give him 10. How can you not? How can you not give him a 10? I mean, look, if that's all he did, which I think it was all he did when he was on, to be fair, but I mean, it's just genius. He won the ball in the first place. He did.
That
was outstanding.
Yeah, he then managed to keep the ball in, because from behind where we were sitting, looked like that was just too much pace on it and it was going out. Then he stumbled and managed to keep his feet, and then he still does 2 step overs and whips it in the bottom corner. I mean, sensational. He can't do any more than that. It's as simple as that. Even if he was on the pitch for 89 minutes and he did that in the 90th to win the game, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, brilliant. 10 all day long. The viewers, 9.1.
Tough crowd.
When was the last time Osula got a 9.1, though, Billy, to be fair?
I don't think he's ever got one, and certainly not for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Next up, Jacob Murphy.
Don't remember him doing anything, to be fair. He did get to the ball line at one point and crossed it out of play, bent it back in. But yeah, 6.
It's exactly what I've got, 6 as well. He doesn't have any impact at the minute, does he? He gave the ball away a few times as well, just clumsily, just really lacking conversation. And sorry, not conversation. What's the word I'm looking for?
He just like conversation.
Concentration. I meant. He loses it completely. He's bang out of form right now, Jacob Murphy. I mean, he's been bang out of form for a long time. The viewers 6.4, which is along the lines of what we've got there. Joe Willock, Billy.
Yeah, I thought his effort was great as well. I've got to say,
yeah.
He ran his bollocks off for 45 minutes or however long it was, second half. Defensively, really good. Got back a couple of times and won the ball deep in our territory. But at the same time, he was getting himself forward and running hard up the other end of the pitch. 8.5 seems to be a thing.
I've given him a 9. I thought he was excellent. Just watching him last night, Billy. Just the effort that he was putting in off the ball, which is what impressed me. And sometimes we've been very critical of Joe Willock for that, and not working hard off the ball and not doing enough. But in the second half, he had to defend a lot. He was coming back. He was working with the team. He was trying to get us forward as well when we got the ball. So, listen, I can't remember the last time I gave Willock a 9, but I am for last night. I thought he was excellent. Viewers 7.3.
No, that is tough crowd.
Bloody hell!
That's a case of I don't like Joe Willock.
Wow. Holy shit. I'm actually astounded by that. I wasn't expecting that at all. But there are your player ratings, guys. So thank you to everyone that took part in that and the chat tonight with your player ratings. Of course, we've got Eddie Howe now, Billy. Get your marks in for Eddie Howe, please, in the chat. I thought his substitutions were excellent, Billy. I thought that the decision to take Barnes off at half-time and bring Willock on was a very, very good substitution. You mentioned the Botman one at the end there. Although he was only on the field for a few seconds, we needed to make that change. And I thought, he got everything right. He got the team right. He was finally dropped Nick Pope. So everybody said, oh, yeah, but he's not, me included, that Dan Burn was still in the team, but Dan Burn played brilliantly last night. It's got to be a 10, hasn't it?
I thought the substitution of Botman was so clever because it had to be done quick. And had he not made it, we'd have been down to 9 men for the last 30 seconds of the game. And defending an all-out attack for Manchester United, which it would have been, obviously, because they were trying.
Well, Man United had a free kick at the time, remember?
They did. They had a free kick. There should have been one for us until he got fouled out. That's how he got injured in the first place.
Yeah.
But the fact he made that decision so quickly and got Botman on the pitch so quickly was really intelligent management. I've got to say, really intelligent. And I've been critical of him being reactive and not proactive, but he was proactive there, and it needed to be. Team selection. I probably would have picked Botman ahead of Burn, but aside from that, I thought it was a perfect team. Got done by the referees, but he had us on the front foot for the whole game with 10 men. So I don't see how you can't give him a 10. I'll certainly give him a 10.
Yeah. Lots of 10s coming in, 9s, 9.5s, few 8.5s. Certainly better than the Everton ratings, Billy. Which will, Jesus.
But doesn't that make you feel even worse about the Everton game? Because if you can perform like that, why not do that on Saturday?
Billy, it makes us feel annoyed about most of the games when you see us play like that. Yeah, exactly. You see us playing so well like that, knowing what we can actually do, and then not doing it. It's so frustrating when we know what we can do. And that's what we're saying. This doesn't change anything at the moment because we have to see it on a consistent basis. And that's what it's all about. But listen, I want Eddie to do well. I don't, but the question is still there. We've got to do it against other teams and not drop points to the likes of Wolves and lose to Brentford, lose to Everton at home. That just can't happen.
Yeah.
So, but it's a big week coming up. It's a huge couple of weeks actually. So let's just hope and pray. But that is it for the review tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all your contributions Mods, thank you. And Billy and Alex, thank you very much. And of course, a massive thank you to you. I'll be back tomorrow with a video on Eddie Howe's press conference and any latest news. And then live again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the Manchester City preview. We'll take a look at Manchester City. We'll look at stats. We'll look at the potential lineup. Because is he going to make any changes? Who the hell knows?
How many Man City previews is that this year?
Well, hey, we're a professional outfit, Billy. We have to, we have to do them.
We are, yeah.
But, we'll be there. So make sure you join us for 7 o'clock for that. But in the meantime, have a fantastic end to your Thursday evening, folks. And we will see you all again tomorrow. Good night.
Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check on Supreme.